Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Shray of Life, Introduction to Chinese Astrology. And I am very happy that you are here. And my goal in this free presentation is to give you an awareness, to show you what is Chinese astrology and what your date of birth is actually you can discover about yourself, who you are, what's your characteristic, and how you can help yourself by understanding who you are, how you can manipulate, so to speak, your destiny, your power to do something and to enhance your life. Now, everybody is born with a certain type of map according to their date of birth, and this is your journey, your roadmap. It is a map that helps you understand what your possibilities, what opportunities you have, and so let's begin. All right. So let's start the presentation. And where's that? Share. Okay. Share the screen. And done. Just give me a second. Okay, so let's move this here to the top. Okay, perfect. So, well, let me just share and to the presented. Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see me or not, but if you are, that would be great. And it is right here. So I my workshop is discover what your uh dirt your birth date reveals about you. Okay. So what is it about? Like I will explain. But before that, I wanted to give you a few insights about life. And those are insights that I understood, I learned, I accomplished, or kind of like navigated me to what is life and what is life works for me and what things that I should do, shouldn't not do. So the first one is no time like the present. If you have something, if you want to do something, don't wait for 10 years from now, for 20 years from now, for 30 years, because honestly, we are not sure if we're going to get there. The goal is to get there. But how many of you had things in your childhood or then before you got married that you wanted to do and you said tomorrow, but it never arrived because life's happens and always there's other things that happens to you. So I saw many of people that I knew that said, when I retire, when I will do, when I have children, or when I'll be 50, or when I'll be 40, I'll do that. And that day, unfortunately, did not arrive for them. So if you have something you want to do it now. Do it today. Don't wait for tomorrow. The second one is learn, grow, move forward. Don't stand still. And it's something that this is something that really affected me is that when I started learning, I started growing and I start moving forward. And by me not standing still, which I did for a lot of my portion of my life, and it got me really not much of what I really wanted to do. So my recommendation to you is always learn, always educate, always do things that you want to do for your inner self, for inner peace, and it will just make you feel a lot better. Nothing happens in the comfort zone. And in the last 2 years, I can tell you that I pursue my outside of my comfort zone, and great things happen in comfort zone. But if you're staying there and you stay there for a long time, you're starting to feel very much stagnant energy around you. You feel stuck. So push yourself, stop being scared, stop being afraid to push yourself and to do things that you really want to do, and push yourself out of the comfort zone, even though You are scared and terrified of that. Protect your energy. How many of us are actually um, surrounding ourselves with people that we don't like, with people that drain our energy? So the day that you will say, enough, I'm walking away, for either it's a relationship, either it's people around you, just be conscious of how you feel when you're around this person or when you're around that job or whatever it is. Be conscious about your energy. The fourth one, fifth one is that keep plans to yourself. Sometimes we like to talk about our plans, what we're going to do, what we will, what will happen, but it's a plan, and not all of our people around us actually truly support us and supports our goals and our plans. So you know what? Sometimes keep quiet is much better than talking. Talk about it after you did it, not before, because we kind of have even a tendency to, you know, um, to jeopardize our own plans. So keep your plans to yourself. Stop worrying about what other things think for you. Okay. And the day that you decide and you actually come into this realization, which happens to me, is not long ago, is that, you know what? People are going to love you, people are going to hate you no matter what. So by understanding that, by accepting ourselves for who we are and truly what we want to do with our lives, we stop caring about what other people are saying. Okay. And it's never too late. You're 50, 60, 70, 80, okay? It's never too late to start something that you want to do something you always was a dream to you, okay? As long as we wake up in the morning and we have our breath, we can do anything we put our minds to it. And love yourself first, okay? That's very important to love yourself first, because when you love yourself, when you respect yourself, when you nourish yourself first, it's easier for you to help other people. And because think about it, if you're already drained, if you're not loving yourself, how can you help the person next to you? It's just going to create more resentment and more anger and more unsettling feelings. So learn to love yourself, learn to respect yourself, and you will see what great things will happen to you when you do that. And wake up every morning with gratitude. I do that for the last 10 years, and it is something that no matter what happens to you, every day is a clean slate. And every day you are, before it happens to me, and that's what I do. Before I open my eyes every morning, I speak in my, into my inner self, and I tell the things, and whoever you want to thank, whether it's the universe, whether it's God, whatever is your divine self, okay, to thank in the morning for what you are thankful, what you are gratitude about, and it kind of helps you before the day starts. Well, thank you for waking me up first. And this is all the things that I am grateful for. And it gives you like a good start feeling for the day that's coming. No matter what it is, you still remember to be grateful. And that kind of give you, let's say if we're starting from 100, from 0 to 100, you are already getting into 100 just because you just said everything that you are grateful for. Try it for 21 days and you'll see how much it changes the energy around you. All right, so let's begin. So, excuse me. So, introduction to Chinese astrology is it's something that I encounter and I came about in the last 4 years, and it is changed my mind, changed my life. And what is astrology? What is Chinese astrology? Chinese astrology is based on the five elements and the 12 zodiac animals, and each element and each animal represent different characteristics. So that means that each animal actually has different characteristics from different kind of and elements, and that is basically what it is in a glimpse of everything big. Because of course I can sit down and talk to you about Chinese astrology and feng shui for the last who knows how long, but I don't want to overwhelm you. So I will just go in very just pinpoints of basically what it is. The key word in Chinese astrology is awareness. When we are aware of something, it's so much easier for us to understand it. It's so much it's easier to understand and to say, you know what, if something happens, it's okay, it meant to happen. And then you don't take it too personally, and you don't take it in like, oh my God, my life is, you know, in a shamble, because it is it is something that create the awareness. It is something that prepare you for what is coming. Okay. Now, I also have to say, which I'll talk about later, but Chinese astrology is not, I don't tell you the future, okay? I just predict it by your birth chart. And today we'll talk about the tips I did, the basic map, luck pillars, 3 destinies, 5 elements, strength and weaknesses. And okay, I have a little bit mistake here. No more tips because I just gave you, but if I have more tips at the end, I might just give you some. So Chinese astrology helps navigate life challenges. It helps with relationship to understand who is your partner, what are you looking for a partner, okay? It helps you figure out your career. What do you want to do? What your soul really want to do? Whether you're happy in your relationship at work and in children. How do you see your children? Infertility. Many people can get pregnant and they don't understand why. Of course, if it's a health reason, a person cannot get pregnant, that is a completely different story. But sometimes we can help enhance the possibilities of conceiving with feng shui and with action and so forth. So we'll talk about it a little later. It also helps you sleep, financial investment, timing of moving, and so much more. And here is what the basic chart and in the natal chart, that's what it kind of looked like. This is the basic one, which we have the 4 pillars of destiny, and it is made from derived from year, month, day, and hour. Okay, and this is determine um, our destiny. It determines our potential, and it's also known as the Bazi, which is in the 8th character. And it is something that when we understand it, it's literally like a roadmap to our life. Whether we take the opportunity or not, that's up to us. Okay. So where are you in time? And this is the luck pillars. And of course, there is a lot more, but this is basically the luck pillars. So here, for example, it starts from 1 to 71 and it goes in 10 years. And every 10 years, our luck changes. And that means sometimes we get 10 years of learning. Sometimes we get things that maybe will be a little bit challenging for us. And what the idea of that is that we're supposed to learn and we're supposed to evolve from either challenges, from either luck, from either and each animal and each element, it brings something new to the map. It enhances some energy that we need and sometimes we don't need. So once we understand the way it works, it's kind of like a puzzle. It's like, okay, let's put it here, let's put it there, and this way you know where you are coming for and where you're coming to. So remember that every person you meet is before, during, or after crisis. And remember what I just said. So for some people, it could be a luck, years of money, years of abundance, year of happiness. And sometimes it's bringing you some challenging, some crisis. And I'll give you a great uh, example from my own life is that before this, I just entered a new 10 years in my life. And the 10 years before, it was evolving years for me, but also I lost my dad in 2020. So it is definitely awakened me. It is definitely taught me lessons and things that I need to do. And when I enter to my new luck cycles, it made me, of course, it's a very painful subject for me to talk about it, but it gave me the opportunity to going from crisis to going to a happier time, so to speak, that teach me things and taught me things of what I should do with my life. So when we understand that, it is like somebody just put different kind of lenses to us, and then we get to see the world in a different color. And of course, it is something that back in the day, in 2020, 2019, I didn't see all of this. Today, I understand a bit more of why. And this was just an extreme, example to me because my dad passed away. So it's something that I don't think we can ever get over it. But it made me grow or evolve to something that I know my dad would have wanted for me. So if this is something, that I needed to get, it is sad, but yet it is something that I know that was in my journey of my life. So, and here are the three destinies. Okay, so there is something that's called the three destinies, and then we have the heaven chi, which is the Chinese astrology. We have the earth chi, which is the feng shui, and we have the men chi, which is our ability to choose. Okay, and the heaven chi is our journey in time from the day we're born to the day last day of earth. This is the journey. This is where we're going through. And then we have the feng shui, which is it means the energy and the environment we live in, whether it's at home, it's at work, who are the people around us, because the homes that we are living in, okay, our neighbors, I mean, what's in the back of our backyard, what is in front of our home, all those things, whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, has a very big effect on our lives. And that is why it's called the three destinies, which means we can't just do one thing. All those three destinies coming together for us to understand the ability for us to choose and the ability us for it to be 99.9% of our journey. It has to be combining of three. And the third one is the manchi, which is the person's choices. So this is basically our ability to choose. It's our ability to have our free will. So whether I tell you, oh, you have an opportunity to be great, to do this and this and that, but it also depends on our feng shui. Where are we living? What are we doing? What opportunity? And then we have what journey we are choosing in life. And it means that, let's say we have two people that born at the same time, the same hour, the same date, but their journey is completely different. Why? Because it's where they grew up versus where you grew up. Okay, and what choices did they make? Did they make a choice to help themselves? Did they make a choice to understand without even reading your map, to understand what's don't work in your life and then change it? So it's completely different, even though you have a different kind of map. And I'm sure all of you had this question, well, what if two people are born? So this is what it means. And just quick about feng shui that I spoke about it, is it arranging one's living space and to promote harmony and energy and balance in our life, okay? And it is closely tied to the Chinese astrology because those both systems that are belong to one of the six metaphysics of feng shui or to Chinese metaphysics. And it is both have the principles of yin and yang and the five elements. So the five elements are fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. What does that mean? Okay, I mean, let's see. So what is the also in the map, which you don't see it on the first chart, but each map also kind of like working as each one represented by different numbers. So there are 800 numbers or 800 total number of in the chart. So the elements and the animals divided into different animals. So what does it mean? It shows us the elements. It shows us the character, our characteristic traits, our strength and our weaknesses. Okay. And if we have over 200 in each element or less, 200, anything above 150 represent our strength. Everything under 100 and 100 is a weakness, and a balance 150 to 160. Okay, but sometimes we feel stuck when all the numbers are the same. Okay, so this is, for example, this is one chart, and this is, let me just see something. Hold on. Let me just see. Okay. Just a second. Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry about that. So let me just do this again. Okay. All right, let's just push this. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this is, for example, an example of a chart. And here, for example, it's metal yin over a snake. And this is what the circle, the red circle, that's what we're looking for today, because this represents you. This is representing who you are at your core, okay? Because of course there's the four columns, but the one that we look to figure out who you are at your inner core, this is represented by the day. Okay, so look at your maps. And okay, before that, I want you to remember that Chinese astrology is a prediction, not a prophecy. Okay, I'm not a psychic. I just show you possibilities. I show you opportunities, and I do not predict the future. Nobody in my mind can predict the future. Can show you the possibilities. Okay, so everything is foreseen, yet the choice is yours. That the choice is ours of what we're going to do with it, whether we take the chance or we're not. It is completely up to you. Okay, completely up to us, because everybody can tell you what they want to do. Okay, and but whether we do it or we don't do it, it's completely up to us. Okay, and that's why I call it possibilities, opportunities, because whether we take it or not, think about a fork in the road. Are you going to go right or are you going to go left? It's your choice. All right. So, okay. So let's start with fire. Fire element. Fire element. People need constant interaction with others. They feel so connected when they are around people. They love to talk. They're intelligent. They're the forever student, sensitive and emotional, friendly and empathetic, and they love to help others. Earth element are people who are caring, giving, stable. People just trust them, and they're family oriented, and they have the ability to unite others. They're very friendly, and they're the glue of humanity. And like I said, trustworthy, people can trust them. Metal element, love, beauty, design, aesthetics, and excellent organizational skills. Perfectionist, values and laws. If you want somebody to tell you if something looks good, if how to design something, go to a metal element because they will tell you the truth, and they need everything to be in a perfect shape. Water element, they are intelligent, they have millions of ideas all the time. They're very persistent, which means they start something, they finish it, loyal, and they can keep a secret. They love to be alone. You tell somebody who is water element to, they can sit down in the sofa and be miles away and they don't care about anything. They love to be alone. They don't always need um, a constant involvement with people. They're also, of course, they love to be, but not. They are fine also to be on their own. And um, so, like if you compare water and you compare people, people who are fire element, they get their energy from other people. The water gets their energy even just being by themselves. The wood tree element is you have drive, goals, projects, charismatic, ambitious. A person with wood or tree element, just let him do whatever they want, and you tell them to do something, they will have a goal. If you ask a person who has wood, what are your goals for the next year? They will have no problem to go and to give you 5 goals right in a second. Ask other ones, they might not have that. Now, what we are doing is that if you look at your map, you will see less than 100 in the fire element. What does that mean? It means that you're not spontaneous person. It's hard for you to get things done. Your mood is down. Sometimes your mood is up, but most of the time your mood is down. You're like very low. Even like people like that, they can speak in like a low voice, or if there is no spike, no in life, and there is no joy. Like your friend will ask you to go to a movie and you're like, no, I'm not going to a movie now. I'm in my pajamas or something like that. So you can just tell them in 1, 2, 3 and they'll do it right away. So these are people that have less than 100 in fire element. If you have less than 100 in earth element, most of the time you feel alone, you feel insecurity, you feel ungrounded, and sometimes it's not a good feeling because most of the time they do feel alone. And if you have less than 100 in metal element, you are pretty much disorganized, have no schedule, hard for you to say no, and indecisive, hard for you to say yes, no, yes, no. So you're always kind of like on the fence, and you have no self-discipline. Now I have to say it for all the other elements, okay, that if you find yourself that you have a low, and you'll tell me, yes, but I always do that. That means you kind of like fixed your map, okay, and you understood that all this does not work for you because it doesn't get you anything. So congrats to you because you understand your map, you understand how to change it and how to help yourself. If you have less than 100 in water element, you have hard time finishing projects. So you start something, you let go. You start something, you let go. Inconsistent, no clarity, and lack of self-awareness. Okay, you also most likely afraid to be alone. So you always need constant, I need to be with this, I need to be that, because in a way, you don't like to let your thoughts kind of like take over. So you do not like to be alone. If you have less than 100 in tree element, you have no drive, no goals, spending most time indoors, and you do not like to exercise. Now, why do we bring up how do we bring up earth element in our lives? So some of the things, the recommendation that you can do is go cook, do some gardening, family activities, massage, bring everybody together. That will help you feel more belong. If you have less than 100 element, what can you do? Listen to music, have a pet, and open up to people, open up to people, of course, that you trust, but talk about and don't hold everything inside. How do we bring up mental element in our lives? Is we work with a schedule, we learn to organize the things in our life, and some activities is you can do yoga. And of course, there is a lot more into each element what we can do, but I just gave you the 3 or 6 tops that you can do. Okay. And how do we bring the water element? Is study, read, learn, swimming, read self-awareness books, and drink a lot of water. If you are looking at your map, yes, and you say, I do not drink water, there is a reason for it. So again, once you create the awareness, you're going to start paying attention to the things in your life and what you need to do. How to bring a tree element into your life: start exercising, spend time outdoors, and write the goals that you want. It could be a goals to on a daily basis. It could be a goal to the next week. Whatever it is, whatever works for you, as long as you're going to do check, I did it, you already achieved something. So here are the 12 zodiac animals, and let's look at them closely. Let me just get a little drink, sorry. So by examining the year of birth, so see the day that we went, the day is, like we said, it's who we are, okay? But the year is the first thing that people see us when they meet us. So what do we project to the outside world when people see us, okay? Because there is a lot more stuff that I'm not talking about, because it will take 5, 6, 10 hours, even a year. I'm still learning, I'm still doing. There is so much. There's about 3 million combination to a Chinese astrology. But this one, the year, it represent the potential career. It represent the right time to make a move, whether it's like to, maybe you think of going to a different job, or thinking of moving to a new home, or whatever it is. The year column will give us the opportunities and the right timing for you to do so. So let's start with the red. The red is represented by the water element. And the reds are intelligent, they're resourceful, quick-witted, savvy, discreet. You want somebody to not tell your secret, you go to somebody who has a red, okay? And what's the recommended occupation? Like writers, journalists, because they're very deep in their writing, because they're water element, in their ideas, and they have great ideas. The entrepreneurs, they're financial advisor or analyst, they researchers or scientists, and secretive. So a lot of people who are red in their map in the year, a lot of them work like CIA, FBI, very, very secretive and undercover kind of jobs, okay? And if you have a pig in your map in the year, you are very generous, trustworthy, compassionate, sensitive, naive, self-indulgent. That means you can work hard, but you love the good things in life. You love to eat in restaurants, you love to go on vacations, and you don't like to fight with people. Okay, you kind of like, let's just all live in peace, and a very nice persons are the pigs. And recommended occupations could be chef, or culinary expert. That can be artists or performers, healthcare professionals, philanthropists or charity workers. And basically they love to help people. So even like, therapists in a way, or coaching, it's something that because they're so compassionate, so they like to help people. Okay, if you have an ox in your birth chart, in your year, you are a leader, you're reliable, you're patient, hardworking, trustworthy, yet you can be stubborn, frustrated, and you don't like to be in the spotlight. So you like to like, let's say if you work in a TV, okay, or in a big company, most likely you're going to work the hardest, but people are not necessarily know who you are, because you're very away from the spotlight. You like your quietness in some sorts of way. Sometimes you can complain and feel like you're a victim, but that's usually when you are in a bad place energetically. Recommended occupation is farmer, agriculturist, engineer, teachers, professions, and doctors or surgeons. And they can work really hard for a very, very long time. Tigers are brave, independent, protect others, adventurous, and amazing networker. Aggressive could be, and rebellious. They are like their freedom. Don't try to stop a tiger. And the recommended occupation are leaders or executive, military personnel or law enforcement, athletes or coaches, and actors. or motivator speakers. And of course, there is a lot more occupation, but those are like some of the basic ones that I can find right now and show it to you. And rabbits are also belong to the wood, and rabbits are friendly, gentle, kind, artistic. They love beauty, they love shopping, and they're creative. When they're in a not good, energetically speaking, in their life, they can be manipulative. Now, it's not necessarily always be a bad thing, is that they know in a way how to get things. Okay, they know that when they want something, they know exactly what to do to get what they want, which is great. You just have to, kind of like worry some that it's not necessarily going to be on the negative, manipulative things. They're very sensitive, very emotional, and sometimes there is a mental scattering. And recommended occupation are designers, artists, writers or poets. They're diplomats or counselors because they know exactly when to say the right word to help you move forward or help other people move forward. They're teachers and creative fields, and they are great event planners. They will go from what do you call it, soup to, forgot what the saying is, but they will go from A to Z in an event planner and will make it a perfect event. Dragon are earth element, and they are innovative, charismatic, confident, auspicious. And why you say auspicious? Because they're the only zodiac animal that is not a real animal. Okay, it's a very popular, assertive family. They like their family, but yet they need their freedom. Don't ask a dragon to sit home and take care of the children, for example, because they're not really going to like it. But there are family people, there are family men, but they still need their freedom. They're insensitive at times, they worry, and sometimes when they're again in a bad place, they can be bitter. Recommend occupation is politician, public speaker, CEO, business owners, architects, innovators. They have lots of ideas, of outside the box ideas. Okay, and there could be entertainers as well. If you have a snake on fire element, you are wise, intuitive, mysterious, intelligent, systematic, human MRI. So if you have snake in your chart, you see people, okay, and you can read them to a T if they're good, if they're not. So you have this kind of like sixth sense to understand and to see things that a lot of people can't see. You also love beauty and aesthetic, and you can be in not a good place. You can be possessive, and snake often disappointed from people, disappointed from life or situations, and they have a very hard time to forgive others. Recommended occupations, there are philosophers, spiritual leaders, psychologists, therapists. They love to research, they love to read, and to scientific evidence of they need to see something. They're not going to believe it just because you're saying it is. And they are healers and or wellness practitioners. That means they can say something to you, and within one sentence they can switch it. Okay, so those are the snake, and we are actually, by the way, we are entering in 2025. We're entering snake year, which starts in February. The horse also belongs to the fire element. They're energetic, adventurous, independent, excitement. There is a very excitement. They're kind of like the life of the party, okay? They're very spontaneous, but they can be moody and have anxiety, emotional, and sometimes can be instability because it's like fire. So think about fire, up and down, okay? But one thing is, when they walk into a room, all eyes on them. Everybody wants to be close to the horse because why? Because the horse brings some energy that not many people have. So recommended occupation, travel bloggers or tour guides because they love to be around people, athletes or adventurers, public relations specialists, sales or marketing professionals, okay? They're also, they're the life of the party and they have no problem standing up in front of a big crowd and just speak. The goat is also belong to the earth. element, and they are gentle, empathetic, sensitive, calm, considerable, compassionate, value community and family. In not a good place, they can be pessimist, worrisome, exploited, and easily influenced. Some of the recommended occupation are artists or designers, because although they are belong to the earth element, the people who have a goat in the year, they're very creative. Why? Just a quick tip, because there is a metal element in the goat, so it gives it that more of like specific, things that artistic have it. Artist, I'm sorry. So they can be artists, designers, social worker, or counselors, educator and creative art, and interior decorator. Monkey is the metal, and they are smart, direct, inventive, a problem solving, easily adapt, quick and witty, funny and sociable. A person who have a monkey in their year, they're very quick, very, very quick in their responses. Okay. And so if you say something to a monkey and he doesn't like it, he'll shoot out an answer. They were like, whoa, how did you get this? Very quickly, without even thought, doesn't even stop them. And so if you have a someone in your life that is born in those years as well, they are um, they're like, they will tell you the truth, the honest, the brutal honest truth, without like hesitation. It's like boom boom. And so you know that if you have a monkey, you're very honest, very quick, very witty. And I personally love people who have a monkey, because and one of my sons, for example, his monkey. And when I ask him, I ask all of my kids, I have three boys, and I ask, so what do you think? Do you like my outfit? And immediately I'll say yes. I'll say no, doesn't look good. Or how's my food? Oh, mom, this is great, but it's not so good. So monkey will tell you the truth. But sometimes when they're not in a good energetical place, they can be impatient, they can be strict, criticize, and very judgmental. So you just have to be a little bit aware of that. So you can also understand where is a good place, where are you in a good place or you're in a bad place in your life, and to recognize those characteristics. Recommended occupation: inventors, entrepreneurs. They love to be independent. They love to own their own business as well. And comedian, entertainers, stock market analyst, and tech developer. Again, there is a lot more, but I just can't get into all the occupation that people can choose. So those are like the top few. And rooster also belong to the metal energy. And it is rooster are disciplined, detail-oriented, precise, responsible, punctual. Punctuality is a very big thing for them. When you tell them, I'll meet you at 10 o'clock, you better make it 10 a.m. because they're not going to like it if you're a little late. They will call you and they'll say, where are you? So because they will show up 5 to 10 minutes earlier, and you're not there. So beauty and aesthetic are very, very big for them. And independent, smart, love to party, and a perfectionist. And again, when they're not in good energy, they can be impatient, egoistic, and arrogant. Recommended occupation are accountant or auditors. Why? Because they will look at every little detail and they will try to make it perfect. And they look in, like, people who have the rooster, they will see most people will see the forest, and they will see the tree that they're looking. So that's why accountant is something that is very big, because what is accountant supposed to see? All the little details that most people can. Lawyers, judges, they love also to be justice, and journalists or broadcasters, and event planning as well, because of the ability to have detail oriented. Dog is earth element, and they are loyal, protective, honest, brave, clever, responsible, and they're very sensitive in a way when they're not in a good place, and they're conservative, stubborn, and frustrated. So to somebody who was born in the dog, they can, everything on the outside, people say, oh, you have this great job, you have this great family, you have this and that, but inside they still feel that they're frustrated. It's like, what are you talking about? I don't like this, I don't like that. But on the outside world, other people see them as they have a lot of things, but there is some sort of frustration that is constant. Recommended occupation are police officers, firefighter, lawyers or human rights advocates, and veterinarians, social worker. They are very loyal. Think about a dog. Dog is very loyal. Once they are, in your circle, they'll be very loyal to you. And let me know if you have questions. And if not, we have, you can get in touch with me. Either, let me just move that. You can get in touch, whether it's for a personal reading, to book other kind of workshops with me, to learn. In soon, I'm going to also have a course of Chinese astrology. So if you want to learn more about it, give me a call. You can go to my website, or you can click the barcode. And also, if you want to join my community on WhatsApp, this is the barcode, or I forgot what it's called, but you know what it means. Just click on it with your phone, and it will take you straight to that. And if you want to call me, or if you want to ask me questions, person questions, and this is, or send me a message on WhatsApp. This is my phone number. And I wanted to thank you. And let me just see this. Okay, hold on. And don't know why I can't. Oh, stop sharing. Okay. All right. So if you want to ask me questions, if you want to book anything, and a birth chart reading, and anything that you want, I'm here to help. And I hope you enjoyed this quick presentation, free workshop. And thank you so much. And I hope to see you in one of my upcoming workshops, and hope to see you. So thank you. This is Lila Adoni from Joy of Life. Bye-bye.